So this video I posted yesterday.
New Year's Eve lightning strikes in the U.S.
I mean, that's not creepy. This is one of our properties, okay?
Hey, so you know how some of y'all will give people the benefit of the doubt? The thing about that is that you are now shaking hands with a person who voluntarily does evil stuff. So when you shake hands, you're making a bond agreement and you're signing your soul over to a subscription of evil. So squish that shit.
Wait, what? Is everything okay with you, lady? Are you still dealing with the internet and trolls over here? What's happening with you? What's happening with you? First you say, hey, don't give people benefit of the doubt. Then you say, don't shake hands. And then if you shake hands, you're making a contract. I mean, this don't make sense. I feel like something happened with you. Everything okay? Everything okay? Welcome back, goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, I got some more strange, weird, mysterious, all the things for you page content. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
One of my followers sent me this listing, and even though it's off the market now, it still deserves to be addressed. We're in Nevada with this 2-bed, 3-bath, 6,000 square foot home, and it's a 53-acre lot. But just take a look at this place. It has this weird conference room type carpet throughout the entire place, and then there's like this strange mantle being supported by stones with a TV on the end, like it's some makeshift event center. Then you have this strange living space attached to it with green carpet throughout the entire thing. And I mean the entire thing, even in the bathrooms. There were a few moments of time when I was looking at this listing and I literally could not tell if we were still inside or if we were all of a sudden outside. And then there's this strange motel vibe going on. Seeing the pictures and the listing really just makes me wonder what this place was actually used for. Then we have this weird makeshift pond in the backyard. I don't know anything about Nevada. I don't know what goes on in this area, but there's something weird here.
I mean, it's not that weird. I mean, the makeshift pond, it could be one of those eco ponds. And, you know, they're trying to bring the wildlife back in because Nevada's nothing but a desert out there. And they got to build all the things together so that way they can still have those events and community feelings. I think everything's okay here. I feel like many ranches or many people that have acres and acres of land have to make use with what they got. And sometimes that's converting a barn into a house. It's a thing. It happens. Okay, there is like no context to this clip, but like it appears to be a volcano that is about to erupt. Why are you still filming? This is where you leave. This is where you're like, time to GTFO. You think you far away? Once that ash goes into the clouds, do you know what happened to Pompeii? Have you heard about it, Pompeii? Okay, so I guess this is a real species, and when you do shine light on it, it shimmers like glitter. It's a real thing. Some fish are like this. The scales be weird.
Okay, so a lot of interesting and strange things are happening right now. I'm having a lot of my clients and my community reach out asking me what is going on. I'm starting to see more beings around me. I'm starting to notice other extraterrestrials. I can feel ships above me. There's a lot that's happening to open your perception to your actual abilities that you've always had. It's just that all this light is coming in. This is what I've been talking about, you guys, on here every single day. Our DNA activating means your gifts are activating. Your abilities that you've always had within you are activating now. So you're seeing beyond the veil, and the veil is becoming thinner, meaning the dimensions are becoming thinner, easier to see the other dimensions and states of consciousness that you were not able to see before because it was just too dense for you. Okay, so you're going to start seeing beings, you're going to start seeing ships, you're going to start hearing tones in your ears that are opening up your clairaudience, and all of your clairs, your clairvoyance, clairsentience, all of your gifts and abilities are coming online. So don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is just you opening up to perceive what has always been there around you, but you were just not able to see or hear or know. And also your ability to know know. Your intuition, your discernment is getting stronger and stronger. And this is why you're setting more boundaries. And this is why you're cutting out all the bullshit in your life. Because you don't have the capacity anymore to tolerate certain things. You're seeing through everything. That is why it's important for you to be the most authentic version of yourself at all moments, even putting yourself out here online to the world, because people can see through the bullshit. This is amazing that we're living in this time.
Wait, what? I'm sensing a lot of BS, but regardless, hey, I don't think we can perceive these other dimensions unless, like, we can start perceiving these other dimensions. I understand that you believe that, hey, there's beings all around us. There very well could be. I can't see them. I can't perceive them. Are these beings in other dimensions? Because we won't be able to see those dimensions either. So, like, something would happen to us as, like, human beings in order to help perceive these other beings and saucers and all. There's a lot going on with this lady. I'm not sure. Sounds like there's a bunch of people that are talking to you and telling you all these things, and hopefully you're putting them in the right path. It sounds like they're turning to you to tell you that they're experiencing these beings and drones and things, and you're telling them it's all right, open it up, everything's gonna come true. And now what happens if it doesn't come true? What's gonna be the next explanation? Because Goon Timeline, I don't know. I think everything's gonna keep going. I don't know if these dimensions are gonna open up, but I know CERN's been trying. They already collapsed towards. Oh, wait. Sorry. We're going to keep it going. Longer form reaction accidentally. Oh, God. Here come the trolls. That's it, Teddy. Oh, God. You talk too much.
Honestly, her question's valid. How many people were living down there? And who were they? Take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Tell me that's not creepy. This is one of our properties, okay? There's like a sink in every room. Look at the steps. They're really dangerous. Whoever built these. But what it says, stairs, basement. Whatever this is, okay? It's very dangerous. Look at this little step. Another little step. Okay, then you come down here. I'm gonna turn my flash on. Okay. Those are the stairs. This is the first room. There was like tons of people living down here. Okay.
Wait, yet again. I mean, the house has enough space, so what if there's people living down there? I mean, yeah, I guess I didn't see anything paranormal chick. What happened on this one? But regardless, yeah, I guess houses have different reasons they could have been used, and different occupants could have occupied the house. Unless you have proof, I'm going to have to take your word for it, or I just say, okay, strange house, we're going to keep it going.
Let's talk about Google's Willow chip, a quantum computer so powerful it's making scientists question reality itself. Willow didn't just break records, it shattered them. It solved a problem in under 5 minutes that would take the fastest supercomputers on Earth 10 septillion years to finish. And here's the twist.
Wait, what? Why would you do this to me? What was the twist? It's like M. Night Shyamalan. The twist was, we ain't gonna tell you how. Oh boy. Oh my God, is this the thing that's gonna help us do the perception of the other dimensions that lady was talking about? It's the Willow thing? That's why everything changed once Willow started using computational power from other dimensions. Now we can perceive these other dimensions. We just didn't know. We needed the Willow to show us the way. Hey. Are you enjoying this content? We're trying to grow in this algorithm, and the only way we can do that is if you affirm your energy with that like button. And that like button needs your energy now more than ever. That energy is going to accumulate and help push this video up in the algorithm, and more goons are going to come interact, and it's going to be a great community of like-minded people that just want to have open conversations. There is no hate. There is no love. Wait, there is love, actually. regardless, regardless, there is no hate. There is only love. And we would love to have you with us as a goon, a true goon. A true goon interacts with the video before the video even starts. So hopefully on the next video, you're a true goon. On this video, let's get the interaction and turn yourself into a goon and go and help us grow the goon gang. All right, let's keep it going.
Wow, 2019 was amazing. I can't wait for this year. It's going to be so much fun. Well, that wasn't fun, but at least it's over and I'm glad I survived. This year basically sucked for every single human being except for Andrew Cuomo. Well, that wasn't a good year to be Andrew Cuomo, and it also wasn't a good year to be anybody, really. Rent and the cost of housing has gone through the roof, but at least the pandemic's over, so things will start to turn around. I'm starting to think things won't turn around. Not only has rent continued to go up, but also literally everything else has gone up. One of the worst school shootings in this country's history happened. A major world war started. But I'm sure it can't get worse. Well, that was way worse. Not only did another major world war start, we also had one of the worst wildfires in Earth's history. And also, I can't afford anything. But it's been 4 years since 2020, so I'm bound to see some change. All right, I don't even know what is anything anymore. Just whatever.
I completely understand. I've been getting more and more videos of millennials that just have the whatever like mindset, and I'm kind of feeling that whatever mindset. It's like kind of like ignorance is bliss, but at the same time, I ain't paying attention to it, so it's not gonna affect me. Oh boy, I really hope so. But at the same time, I'm going, yo, there's wars happening, and if we look back at this time and we find out that we're actually living through World War III, what's the story you're gonna tell the people of the future? What were you doing during World War III? Hey. Don't be doing any like was it like stealing, Valorant stealing? That regardless. Make sure you tell them what happened during World War. All right, sorry. We're gonna keep it going.
Did you see this? The New Year's Eve lightning strikes in the U.S.? Let me just show you. Here's the Empire State Building. Yeah, that happened. But that wasn't the only one. Here's the U.S. Capitol. So that's just the start of 2025. I can't wait for what comes next. Shabadoo Booskies! Shabadoo!
I feel like everything's going to be fine. I can't wait till 2026 comes. I wonder what they're going to tell us and all the distractions they're going to give to us between now and 2026.
Oh, apparently Google came out with a quantum computer that broke time. Google tests their high-end supercomputers and quantum computers with this thing called random circuit sampling benchmark. And it's a problem that they have to solve. Normally, the supercomputers would take 10 to 25 zeros, or 10 septillion years, to solve it. This new quantum computer chip, Willow, solved it in 5 minutes. For reference, here's how old the universe is. This is how long it would take to solve this equation on a supercomputer. And this is how long this chip did it. Well, Peter, but if it takes that long to solve, how do we know it got the right answer? Correct, we don't know. But under the assumption that it is correct, this could open an entire new realm of positive possibilities. And then coupling that with AI, we're done.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. How do we know it's actually correct if we won't be able to solve this equation in our lifetime to know and validate it? We just blindly take its answer. That thing could have told us anything. Would have just said, like, yeah, hey. I can't wait. Now this lady that was talking about these extra dimensions and her perceptions open up and all these beings around us, man, now I'm starting to think that maybe she was onto something and she wasn't crazy, and there really is that opening, and it's the perception change from the Willow chip, and now we implement the Willow chip in all kinds of devices, and that's the thing that opens us up for even... I'm spiraling pretty hard.
This was shot in 1989. It was posted 16 years ago, and it shows two little dots, little crafts flying over a field, and then they poof a crop circle into existence. Now, we know the real ones from the fake ones at this point, because the real ones are pretty intricate and the fake ones are kind of shitty. And the real ones have this interesting thing where they have axial bends instead of shear bends, which means they're using some sort of radiation to bend versus...
Wait, what? All right, I believe some crop circles are faked and some crop circles are real, and it's obvious to see which one the real ones are.
There is literally no reason for anyone, adult or child, to ever play a video game, says this person. They went on to elaborate, but what about, no, read a book. Like, I'm sorry, but anytime someone starts talking about video games as an art form or storytelling medium or whatever, I go into a trance and all I can hear out of their mouth is, I am a child, I am a baby. And this thread has almost 5 million views combined and 4,000 quote tweets and 3,500 replies of mostly people yelling at her. I personally believe that this right here is one of the biggest tricks the system pulls on you. Because all of the tens of thousands of people rushing to engage with that thread, what are they afraid would happen if they didn't? Because just in my lifetime, the video game industry as an economic and a cultural force has just continued to explode. There is no sign of it slowing down. But here's the trick that the system pulls on us. Because there is no question there is something to be examined here. We devote hundreds of billions of hours to playing games. And when I was born, that number was basically 0. This time was taken from something. So it is very much worth asking, the 8.5 hours a week that we're all spending playing video games, in generations past, would that time have been spent with somebody in real life, or reading a book? Or just going out into the world and getting into trouble and learning some valuable life lesson that way? But the algorithm made sure to elevate a criticism that is phrased in such a rude and dismissive way that you want to rush to the side of the thing that does not need defending. You see this in any post where somebody has criticized, say, Taylor Swift, saying that her music is bland or forgettable, and you will be attacked by tens of thousands of Swifties. To defend a billionaire, what are they afraid is going to happen if they don't rush to her defense? She is the most unstoppable force in pop culture. Likewise, it is extremely common on here to see people come on and complain about our modern corn addiction. And again, you will see people reflexively rushing to its defense. People in the industry, people who are just consumers. Meanwhile, this is what corn production looks like. It just keeps going up and up and up. You go to the grocery store, something like 25% of the products have some sort of a corn-based ingredient in them. Corn doesn't need defending, and neither do video games. Video games are not going to get outlawed any more than Taylor Swift is going to get dropped by her label. But the way the status quo defends itself in the social media era is by making sure that you only see the bad criticisms of it.
Bro, what's this called? Rage bait? This poster is rage baiting us. That's it. Yo, video games were family entertainment devices when they were first introduced. The entire family came together to play the video games. You ever played Duck Hunt? No, boy, it was a thing. Regardless of what you feel about video games, I'm addicted to video games. I started from video games. I'm addicted to a game called RuneScape, and now I'm addicted to a game called Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Can't stop playing it. It's just so addicting. I just want to get to all the levels and get all the camos and... Sorry, I'm addicted.
Detroit is just an amazing city, bro. Why the fuck is it cougars running around this bitch, bro? Like, what's going on, bro? And I ain't talking about you old freaky bitches. I'm talking about real life cougars, bro. There's a goddamn cougar in the D. The fuck is, I don't even get it, bro. Out of all animals, a fucking cougar? Well, a cougar got out and this motherfucker started breeding or something, and now these motherfuckers just running around like fucking stray cats. This shit is crazy, bro. Detroit is an amazing place, bro. Only in Detroit, a fucking cougar is running.
Wait, what? Is a cougar just a mountain lion? Because there's mountain lions everywhere, right? Or like even bobcats. Like there's some nature is scary. Nature is scary. Going back to the other video that we just watched, I was like, when the guy said corn production, my mind was thinking something completely different. He was literally talking about corn, not adult entertainment. Literally corn. Okay, so we are really into the corn now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been out looking in the skies. You know, I haven't seen any kind of crazy lights like I've seen on these videos, but been some weird fog. And the other evening coming home, there's this off ramp where in the pastures out below and around, you can see fog. I always think it's kind of cool, kind of spooky, you know, around Halloween, but really kind of cool. And didn't think much of it. But then after dark here at my place, we got this. And I mean, it's weird fog. It's thick fog. Look at that. Does that look right? Does that look like fog you're familiar with? And then after the fog, which dissipated, I went out and looked at one of the cars. Look at this. All right, so one thing from the fog. It's like a film, everything in it, but it doesn't leave anything on your fingers. It's not dirt. Pretty good film. I don't know. If you had some weird fog where you are, let me know.
You know what's interesting? I've actually had this experience when I was in a wooded area, and like same exact, like it looks like dust or some kind of like weird fog is in the area, and like you shine a flashlight, you can see like particles everywhere, and it's the weirdest thing. I think it's just random dust. But then I get to my car and there really is a film, and I try to take the film off, and I'm assuming it's like tree sap or like something like that, but I understand everything now. I was wrong. It was smart dust the entire time. How did I not know?
So this video I posted yesterday, a lot of y'all are saying that this is just a dog with an inverted filter on it. So I let my curiosity get the best of me and I inverted it again. And now I want to bleach my eyes because this thing is even scarier. Inverted, it is not a dog with an inverted filter on it, y'all. Yeah, and once you invert this thing, you see more detail of its body, and I don't like this. Because you can see how human-like this arm is, and how human-like its, like, hind legs are, and it looks like its other arm is propped up on its freaking knee. So, to all y'all saying it was just a dog with an inverted filter on it, you're wrong. That you are wrong on that one for sure. Like, it seriously might be the dog man or a werewolf or something, because this thing is terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. I think y'all are right too. I think its ears are just laying all the way back on the top of its head, because what is this?
So we are wrong, but we're also right about the ears, about the dog. It's clearly a dog, Chelsea. You stop this. You stop this. You know exactly what you're doing. Stop rage baiting us. That's a dog. You're literally looking at a dog. Just because you add another filter on it or try to invert it, don't make it not a dog. It's still a dog.
Is anyone else thinking about the Dogon tribe in Africa? After Congress came out and they started talking about aliens in our ocean and that they might have, whatever bases for entertainment purposes, only, always, and forever entertainment purposes. TikTok, none of this is real. We're just smoothing, just talking, leave us alone. It just got me thinking about it, because the Dogon tribe, what they talk about as their history, it's not even a belief, it's their history, is that these sky people came down, they lived in the oceans. And the sky people that lived in the ocean, the Nomo, they called them the Nomo, would come out of the ocean every day and give them knowledge. They would teach them about things. And so they knew about all of this different stuff, and including Sirius B. And Sirius B is a really tiny star. It's a dying star that's close to Sirius A. Sirius A is really visible and bright in the sky. But modern astrology had not identified, no one had identified from the Western world. Obviously they had, but as far as us, we hadn't identified it until it was like the 1800s. I think mid 1800s was the first time, which was far after the Dogon tribe knew about it. And not only did they know about it, they also knew how big it was. They knew how it spun on its axis. Like, they knew all the stuff that they couldn't have possibly known, that they said came from these sky gods, or the Nomo, the star people. And they're not even the only ones that talk about this stuff. As far as like people or gods that come from the sea, there's some in Hinduism, there's Greek mythology. It's all over the place. Even Native Americans, they don't talk about, sky people coming from the sea, but they talk about sky people coming down. I mean, all the evidence is all around us. That's all I'm saying. And it's just the pieces are just adding together more and more as this goes along. If you look for them, they're not going to give them to you, though. That's what I'm here for. Okay, love you, bye.
Bro, very interesting message. Very interesting message, and I believe you right. I believe that the Sirius B was already explained to the Dogon tribe, and it doesn't make any sense how modern astrology literally validates the same exact thing, and we don't put two and two together and say, hey, maybe we had visitors from Sirius B and that's the reason, and they were telling us the truth. No, we ridicule and we do mockery. That's the way we seem to move around. But it's like, hey, we're goons. We know We know. Going back to the dog man thing, what Chelsea was saying, that dog man was an actual thing that other civilizations have said. So if that dog, which is a dog, Chelsea, but if that dog was a dog man, oh my God, you may have just found a new species or an old species that we once knew existed and now we rediscovered because you inverted the filter. Sorry, I'm still spiraling on that.
Yo, I need somebody to call me right now and tell me who the hell snuck this motorcycle in this jailhouse for Diddy to ride around in. And I know he's going through it, he's stressed. But man, what I tell you, he is running the yard right now because he got a full motorcycle. He going around in circles, getting things off his mind. Probably singing old bad boy hits in his head. This ain't what I need. Like he riding up and down the dorm with it. His dudes in there begging to make his bed. I mean, bruh. But for the man to get a whole motorcycle in the shoe unit, it's crazy to me. And then they gave it to him, they all ratting him out because somebody over there recording. My gosh, man. This is just wild to me. He popping wheelies and shit. I mean, if I'm him, I would have just rolled up out of there. I'm not about to just play with y'all. I'm going to figure out how to get the hell up out of there. And I'm driving up out of there. I will drove that motorcycle all the way back to Miami and got on my boat and went to Bali. Literally. Because that's really him on that damn bike. But he did it though. Of course somebody's going to help him bring a motorcycle. And he's Diddy. He still got the charm, all that shit. Like, they with him, but tell him to call me.
Bro, the last motorcycle I heard get smuggled into a prison was El Chapo, who used the motorcycle to escape from a tunnel that was under his shower. All right, so this is supposed to be Diddy, or is this an AI-generated video of some other person and that appears to be Diddy? Because, whoa, Diddy got kind of big. Diddy got kind of thick. Sorry, I'm just trying to understand. Is this really Diddy, or are they just trying to tell us that some other random person that looked alike of Diddy is Diddy? Or is this AI generated? I have many questions. Wait, what? There's people in Antarctica that just put shorts on. What? This is crazy. I need to find more content from these guys. What else do they tell us? So there's uninterrupted data sets. There's doors that lock and that you open and close, and there's multiple doors, and you tell us at different times. This is 10 p.m. That is crazy. All right, we're going to do one more to end them all.
Why have people looked the same for the last 20 years? Like, if you go back and watch the first episode of The Office, that was filmed in 2004, you don't look at them and say, oh my gosh, look at those hairstyles and those clothes. But if you went back to any previous decade, you would. Like, 1970s guy is a Halloween costume you can get on Amazon right now with the bell bottoms and the perm. If a character showed up in a movie set in the 1980s dressed like that, you would think they were in a Halloween costume, and that's just 10 years later. And if you're going to say, well, yeah, but that's movies, that's not realistic, I am telling you, when I was growing up in the 1980s, I remember looking in a photo album of my parents from 10 years before, from the 1970s, and all of us just laughing our heads off at the outfits and the hair. And you can go by decade. If you ask somebody my age to visualize the 1950s, we will close our eyes and picture something like this. Then if you ask us to picture the 1960s, you will get something radically different. If you were to switch the two, they would look like they were on the wrong planet. I am, of course, not the first person to notice this. There's a viral Twitter thread just yesterday where they were looking at video footage from 2002 and saying that could have been shot yesterday, and pointing out that the only signifier of which era you're in is what kind of phones they're using and how big the monitors are on their desks. Is there any explanation for this?
I don't know. Did we just hit like a fashion peak or something, and that's why everyone just dresses the same, and we hit that plateau? Now we're at plateau. We peaked and now we plateaued. Until some new trend comes in, it's still gonna look awkward. But you're right. Unless you look at the cell phones or the monitors or the laptops Oh boy, it's hard to tell when that film was made. Maybe that's why they make the films in such a way, so that way it's harder and harder to tell. It's kind of like the cars that the auto manufacturers make for the future. And they're like, in 2300, this is how what we believe the cars are going to be like. And it's like, bro, there's no way. There's no way. Imagine what they thought cars were going to be like in 2025. I feel like they were very wrong. We still don't have flying cars that are everywhere. Only a few people can afford them right now. But one day, I'm ready for autonomous, I'm ready for flying, I'm ready for Hyperloop, I'm ready for all the things. Hey, guess what? You made it to the end. Hey, how'd you do? There's a lot of videos in this that were weird, strange, mysterious, all the things. I told you. Hey, there should be videos on the screen now. Click on either one of them, continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Triple G's. Wake up.